After many adventures, the party finally reached the place where Godwo can go to become divine. But more surprises and difficult choices awaited.
Here we are, the Nameless Isle. And here I thought Malady was unimaginative. Still, it's what's on the inside that counts, isn't that right? And this is the place you're meant to become a god. I can't help but wonder exactly what you intend to do with such a power. All the better. Power is best wielded by those who have no desire for it. You will do well, I'm certain of it. You'll want to hurry now. Divinity is waiting, after all. Excellent question. Normally, this place ought only to be known to Godwoken, but judging by the ships burning in the bay, there's been a breach, let's call it. Regardless of who's on the island, all that matters is who ascends. Make sure that's you. The strongest will survive and ascend. I'm hardly an expert on the matter, but I'm smart enough to put two and two together. Where there is an ocean of source, there is a well for drawing from it. To rise to divinity, you probably need to take a gulp. Though I'm sure it won't be that simple.
Greets you warmly. He's oddly chipper. More chipper than you've ever seen him, and certainly more chipper than most people mourning dead loved ones.
I should thank you. I don't know what came over me. Praise Lucian I had you to put me on the right track. Not bad. Took some time to think. My parents led good lives. I'd rather celebrate them for the love they gave me than to wail over their loss. Besides, we have work to do. Once we anchor at the Nameless Isle, I'll scout ahead, see if I can help locate the council and ease the way. I'll report to you on what I find. Right you are, right you are. Luckily, I've learned a few lessons, and as you know, I've a pretty good punch.
Gareth winks farewell and hums to himself. You recognize the tune, Blessed and Bold, a hymn praising Lucian.
Here we are, the nameless isle. Still, it's what's on the inside that counts, isn't that right? And this is the place you're meant to become a god. You can't help but wonder. That's true, technically. But do be wary of putting yourself first at the expense of others. Those who are mistreated tend not to bear their condition indefinitely. Remember that. You'll want to hurry now. Divinity is waiting.
Hello. This island is something else, huh? I'll bet I can find many interesting ingredients here. Up to you. You know where I am if you think of anything.
This place is turbulent. I can feel the ground quake and the seas boil. Guards here.
Tread carefully, my dear. Those are black ring banners that I spy on the shore. I studied the tablet that you so generously provided. It showed me everything I need to know about creating a functional Swornbreaker. Once I have that, I'll be free of the Covenant. See those structures further inland? Remarkably like those from the caverns of the Black Pits, aren't they? Should you discover the parts needed for a Swornbreaker, please bring them to me. I'll make it worth your while. Also, you will likely encounter sworn followers of the God King on that island, I suspect. I would avoid combat if possible. Death can be less than final for them, if the God King wills it.
Almira doesn't respond right away. Instead, she turns and gazes intently at the island. After a long moment, she finally speaks.
I sense a familiar presence. The Sallow Man. Yes. He's there somewhere. Likely commanding Black Ring forces. You should seek him out. He's a foul creature, but not opposed to cutting a deal. Beware his underlings, though. If they challenge your presence, pose as a thrall of mine, and you should gain safe passage. My name should still command respect among them.
Do what you must at this place, sorcerer. I don't want to linger a moment longer than necessary.
Quite a journey I've found myself on with you. Is this where it ends, I wonder? Dangers indeed. You can almost hear the sounds of battle when the wind shifts correctly. And where there's battle, there's bound to be mercenaries. Pleku Duma, the words of the lone wolves. No doubt my former comrades will have them in their employ. Speak their words, and you might pass. Speak their words, and you might pass. Consider it a token of my thanks for the assistance in retrieving enough. Pursuit of my interests has led me to fall in with some disreputable company in my time. For a short while, one such group was the Black Ring. I know, not something to be proud of, but they let me do as I wished, so desperate they were for aid after the Deathfall cut them down to size. A fine arrangement, until they started preaching about this God King and his infernal covenant.
He snorts derisively.
The last thing this world needs is another would-be god, and an army of fools willing to follow him. It's a sop to all the fools who think that someone will grant them power and immortality in return for loyalty. This God King has caused to make war with the Seven, and the Covenant is how he's gathered his army. They become sworn, as it was put to me, bound to serve, die, and be reborn for the God King for as long as he wishes. Then, at some ill-defined point in the future, they think they'll be rewarded. You should have seen them all, on their knees, worshipping a new tyrant just to spite 7 old ones. I got away from them while I still could. Unfortunately, Dallas was waiting to snatch me. You know why. A time is coming when you're going to need me, and I won't be much use to you if I'm performing self-surgery, will I? Besides, it doesn't matter if you don't let it matter. Black Ring, Divine Order, all labels try to define who we are. As soon as a skin is of no more use to me, I shed it. You ought to try it sometime, God willing. There's a clue in the name. He's a god, or something that wants to be a god. Continue to march to the Seven's beat, and I'm sure you'll find out exactly what he is. They're all the same, you know. Tyrants, liars, carrion birds. The best thing would be for them all to destroy each other and leave the rest of us to live in peace. My efforts continue. I must admit it's quite an intricate piece to work with, even for someone like myself. I remain...
Bodies have been purged. Who could have done this?
I suspect we shall soon find out.
Yes? And I remember saying I'd probably never tell you. Then again, why not? I suppose some stories were always meant to be told. So, here goes. No, hang on.
She retrieves a small flask from her backpack, uncorks it, and takes a big swig. Tears stream from her eyes as she offers you the flask.
They're tears of joy, I assure you. Here, have some joy.
You drink. It burns. Soon the tears run down your cheeks as well.
Not bad, is it? So good it has us crying like babies. Now then, the epic of The Master and the Scar. Sounds like a melodramatic opera. There was, of course, some singing involved.
It began when I woke in the dark room. He removed my blindfold, and still I did not see. He himself was darker than any shadow, but I could hear him give orders to another. Stingtail. How he came to regret the actions he performed that day. The master bid the dream a dream, and so he did. He sat there. I could feel his hands upon my cheeks. He trembled, as if in pain. I didn't know what was going on until, quite suddenly, his right hand became a flame. I screamed as he traced the design of the scar into my searing flesh, but I could not move, not an inch. And all the while, the master looked on in darkest silence. Like I said before, didn't exactly feel like a kiss. So, once the scarring was over, and the pain began to fade, the training began. With words, whistles, snaps of the fingers even, the master could make me obey his every command. Young, strong, smart. You know I don't exactly lack in qualities. It didn't take him long to train me in the arts of stealth, subterfuge, and assassination. It shakes me little now, all too little. But that first time, that first real kill, it was such stuff as nightmares are made on. I had now lived in the dark for what might as well have been years. I was in a wood, but the trees there were sick, grey, leafless hydras sticking out of ashen earth. There were no stars that night. She sat, shivering beside a fire. I was nervous. I had to chase her. My hand hated itself, tried to resist, but there is no resisting the master's song. My stabs weren't as mercifully exact as they should have been. I had to bring down the needle again and again as her screams flooded the forest with terror. When it was done, I crawled back to the master, broken, crept back into the box, and through its cold black lid, he told me I had done well. Next time, I'd do better. You understand me completely. With the needle, I'll kill him. And with the needle, I'll strike his name from my skin. The bastard will be master no longer. The very best.
She cocks her head ever so slightly and eyes you as innocently as a kitten.
Why? Don't tell me you disagree. Thank you. I quite agree, and I'm sure I'll have mercy on you when I'm a goddess. You, but a mortal at my feet. In all seriousness, though, the prospect both tickles and terrifies me. I mean, divinity. Will it be a blessing or a burden? Would we be truly omnipotent, or merely the servants of an unruly universe, as desperate for control as we are now? And then there's the question that makes me shiver most of all. Would we still be ourselves? Would I remain Sibyl, or would my mortal soul die upon gaining divine immortality? Take the plunge and don't look back, huh? As good a plan as any, I presume.
She sighs and closes her eyes, then smiles her easy smile.
Such a silly game we play, to be a god. It's quite wasted on mortals, if you ask me. We are all of us too blemished to become immaculate. I think you know the answer to that. First, I'll find the Master. He has a date with a needle. Whatever comes after that, comes after that.
Go ahead. It's most intriguing. A message from the House of Shadows. The ones who so fruitlessly sent assassins after my good self. Well, first I will hear the man out. If he can lead me to Sadher, well, I can spare my ears a moment or two for that. Besides, only polite, I always say, to hear a man out before beheading him. What house? Ah, a peculiar query. But very well, I'm no stranger to parlor games. Let's see. From what I gather, you've a certain mystical quality about you. A penchant for the surreal and the visionary. There can be no doubt that would place you in the much revered House of Dreams. Don't get your hopes up. We don't adopt. Surely it's obvious. Ascension awaits. Once we manage to gain access to the actual Well of Ascension. That is not to say I'm not dying to have a word with the House of Shadows.
Well, this place is, welcoming, isn't it? I saw the mass death caused by the Divine Order's war firsthand. If Divinity can do the opposite of that, I'm interested. And if it can't, what good is it? You're right. The gods may be dead, but we still live. That has to mean something.
Ifan shrugs and turns to survey the environment, squinting into the distance.
I think we should find out what it is. We should keep our eyes on the prize. Divinity.
Ifan claps you on the shoulder and beams at you, affection for you plain in his eyes.
Speak if you wish to. Before you stands a shrine of a particularly strange design.
You've seen machinery like this before, in the cave beneath the Black Pits. Here too, the apparatus thrums with power and seems to pull you in. A strange symbol is carved into the stone, details lost to the wear of time. Even blunted with age, the symbol resembles an arrowhead forged in flame. The symbol is smooth and cold to the touch, ancient and unreadable. A strange symbol is even blunted with age. The symbol resembles an arrowhead forged in flame. The cult of the Outlaw Empress marked their proving trials with such symbols. She worshipped a dragon, seeking to overthrow the ancient imperial throne. The ancient empire assassinated her, then sought to scar every mention of her from history. The arrowhead points the way forward. The symbol of the dragon's cult has lasted for eons. The Devourer's legacy remains carved deep into Rivellion. This is a sign of an ancient dragon cult. The sigils lead to a trial meant to test believers. The arrowhead points the way forward.
I've never seen ruins like these. You don't get out much, do you? Part of the Divine Order's fleet, by the look of it. Hellfire must have rained down on them.
It's surprising any of them made it ashore. Looking at that.
Temple in the clouds. What holds this aloft?
Before you stands a shrine to Amadia, her solemn face carved of ancient stone. This statue of Amadia seems ancient. Moss blooms from cracks all over the stone, and tears of rain stream from her eyes. A hollow space marks the center of her creased brow. You remember that the statue of Amadia in the hollow marshes healed you, but no words from you can rouse this one to response. Whatever powers the gods once had has weakened indeed. You feel a presence awaken within the stone. An ancient awareness reaches out to you, swirling through every cell of your body and every mote of your soul. Lightning flashes and thunder rumbles. Static electricity crackles all around you and dances over your body. Yet you feel no jolt or shock, and it fizzles out as soon as it touches your skin. Then the awareness recedes from you, ebbing back like a tide until you are left completely alone. Alone with your thoughts, alone with the blessing Amadia left you with. The spirit of a Black Ring initiate stands before you. He seems to be smouldering. Spectral ash and smoke drift away from him. He sighs at his incinerated mortal remains.
Perhaps my sacrifice will be enough. Perhaps the God King will restore me to fight again.
The spirit puffs himself up.
The God King rewards daring. I thought I could capture this place alone while the others were occupied. There's more dangers here than I would have credited. You are no comrade of mine, outsider. You can go seek for yourself and die in the attempt.
If the spirit still had a complexion, he would no doubt turn pale at this point.
Godwoken? No, wait, please! I'll tell you what I know. The sentinels. They're no danger when they're moving. But as soon as they stop, that means they're about to attack. That's all I know, I swear! That's how they got me. I didn't realize I was in danger until it was too late.
That cause a reaction. That cause a reaction.
Black Ring Initiate stands before you.
Perhaps my sacrifice will be enough. Perhaps the god...
Before you stands a shrine to Amadia, her solemn face carved of ancients. This statue of Amadia seems ancient. You remember that the statue of Amadia in the hollow mark, whatever powers the gods once had, you feel a presence awaken within the stone. An ancient lightning flashes and thunder rumbles. Static electricity crackles all around you, and then the awareness recedes from you, ebbing back. Before you stands a shrine to Amadia. You feel a presence awaken. Lightning flashes and thunder rumbles. Then the awareness... Before you stands a shrine. You feel a presence of fire suddenly. Then the awareness recedes.
Amadia truly is the mother of all magic, the patron of all who use swords. Amadia truly is the mother of all magic, the patron of all who use swords. Amadia truly is the mother of all magic, the patron of all who use swords.
damn sentinel.
What's that amongst them? On top of the pillar.
Our defenses are breached. Must I kill you now? It would pain me. I am relieved. I greet you. I was, Amadia's chosen champion.
She gasps and bows her head in deference.
Forgive me. Please, I hold this boon. It is Amadia's. It should be yours.
A pair of gloves, beaten and worn, but clearly of the highest value, especially to a wizard.
I came to the council to learn to be divine. I failed. I'm not made to be pursued by evil. And that's what it means to be God-woken. Afterwards, I roamed the island, as did all we fallen knights. But my worst fears came true when the Black Ring came. I fled here. I made sure the temple was defended and went to the altar. I prayed to Amadia for help, but she did not answer. I'm not ashamed to say that I hid. There is untold evil in the world, and it has reached the island. It seeks the God-woken who would be divine. I cannot bear it. Amadia's altar is at the highest point. Climb to the sky and you may find it. But be warned, Amadia rarely answers now, and when she does, she sounds unwell. May she speak to you with love.
She bows her head in deference and allows you to leave.